Hello, everybody. We are those guys you hate.
Welcome to the show that encourages you to be your best self by not being like us.
My brother and I hopelessly search for nuance as we wade through wacky segments and crazy conversations.
If you can withstand the insanity, you might actually learn something.
Tyler, what are you going to be talking about on this week's episode?
Ryan, when is it okay to call someone out for being handicapped? More on that later. And much like Kuru, we're adding another delectable dish to the list of things we should not eat. What about you, Ryan?
Don't tell me what to do. On this week's episode, I have truly discovered a way to fix the fentanyl crisis.
Ooh.
And are we getting dumber as a species? I present the evidence for it, the Dunning-Kruger effect. So let's get into it. Tyler, how would you describe your sexuality? And I don't mean the gender of the people that you're interested in. I just mean your sexuality. Like, how would you describe it?
On and off. There are times when I go through these periods of like really wanting it and really like being like, dare I say, hot and heavy. And
dare you, Tyler. I don't know if you should.
And then there are periods that I go through where I'm not interested in it at all.
Now, do you think, is there any sort of mechanism to it? Do you know why that is, or it's just a chemical thing?
I would imagine it has to do with depressive symptoms of some kind. Yeah.
And depression, I'm assuming depression takes you out of it, makes you feel less sexual.
Yes.
I wasn't even talking about that, but I will say depression makes me, I don't know if more sexual is the term, but I will spend some time looking at internet porn when I'm depressed.
Sure,
just to shut my brain off.
It's a distraction.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Now, what I'm talking about is like with sex moves. I'm very open. I guess this is charted territory on this show. Like I'm down for damn near everything. I'll try anything 5 times just to make sure that I do or don't like it.
Yeah.
But I have respect for the pioneers. I am not somebody who, as I get older and I add things to my repertoire that will cross things off. I love a good old-fashioned dry hump. I don't know if you guys are trying out dry humping out there anymore, if you think of it as a middle school kind of activity. I say throw in a dry hump every now and then.
I shall agree with that statement.
Right?
Yeah.
Every now and then when I'm done, I got like a belt mark on the bottom of my front. Mm-hmm. But there is a sex move out there that
quite the picture you just painted.
If you want to see a picture, I'll show you. There is a sex move that I truly do not understand, and I never have. Mm-hmm. It sounds like I'm setting you up for a gag, but I really mean this. I meant it about dry humping, and I mean it about this. What is the deal with the hickey? Have you ever had a hickey?
When I was a teenager.
Okay.
It's a vanity thing. You want other people to know you're getting sex, baby.
I'm getting it on.
Yeah, when I was a teenager, I got it.
All right.
And then I hit like my 20s and I was like, I don't want people to know what I'm doing.
Okay, what you're saying makes a lot of sense, and you've actually cleared it up to me for a little bit. But my question is, what is the sexual nature of the hickey?
No, there is none.
What are you doing while this person is sucking on your neck? Are you checking your phone? Are you...
1,000-yard stare. You're just staring off into the distance.
Okay.
And you're waiting for them to finish. You're like, I wonder how big this bruise is going to be.
I'm feeling a little woozy, bro.
Yeah.
I've never had a hickey. I've never given a hickey. Maybe we should give each other hickeys on the show just to see. I don't know if that's appropriate.
Stop making brother sex work, Ryan.
Okay. All right. You seem to be pretty, they say when you're really scared of something, it means that you should do it.
You say that.
I do say that.
You say that.
Now, as a hickey, I've never understood it. What you're saying makes sense. I guess that's really the only answer that I need. It is for others to know that you've been getting it out.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a billboard to your sexual escapades.
This is one of those things where I thought that we were just going to have kind of like we were going to hit the ball back and forth, but you have an actual answer to this.
Yeah.
This is a flex.
Yeah, or I have a second definition for this, a second answer.
Please do.
Yeah, it is also a way for jealous people to mark their significant other, to let other people know he take it.
Oh, okay. I would say to those people, and maybe they're not in my same rings of entertainment, have you ever heard of a brand? Have you ever heard of a brand?
Oh, I thought you were going to say like a tracking device or something.
No.
A brand.
A brand. Yeah, in that way, it's like a hickey that never goes away and hurts like a motherfucker.
Sure.
Does getting a hickey hurt? It looks like it might hurt a little bit.
It's not great. They're giving you a bruise. They're breaking the blood vessels under your skin.
I got to try that out.
I will shock you with a move that I have never done.
Go on.
And it's a very popular one.
Let's go.
I've never done it to the best of my memory. I mean, there have been nights that I don't remember clearly, but you know what I mean.
Sure.
69ing. I don't get 69ing.
You don't, you've never done a 69?
I've never done it because I
Really?
don't understand it. I don't understand it because
Mutual pleasure.
Agreed. No, I get that. But what I'm saying is we're both helping each other out. Your mind is going to be on what you're doing.
That's
How
the
much
deal.
pleasure can you get from the other end?
What you're saying is right.
Why don't I do it to you and then you do it to me? Why are we doing it at the same time?
But it's nice to mix in there every now and then.
And if I'm going to be 69, I want to be on the top.
Yes. It's very easy to drown on the bottom. You know what I mean? When everybody's kind of you're never getting somebody's best effort into 69. That's very true because you're concentrating on doing your job.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what, Tyler? Smart job. Welcome everybody to, what about a 6.9? Have you ever had that?
Go ahead.
It's a 69 interrupted by a period. Welcome to the show.
With a period in the middle, whatever. Whatever.
My name is Ryan. This is my brother Tyler over here. We both have our Red Wings, and welcome to the show.
It's like somebody put a handful of pennies in your mouth.
Let's get into it. Somebody deserves a congratulations.
Wow! Congratulations!
Now, Tyler, everything that we do on this show is a joke, and this is a joke too, okay? But this, I genuinely want some sort of credit for myself. We've got to give ourselves credit as we grow. Every little thing deserves to be celebrated because growth is hard. Am I right?
Growth is painful. Yeah. No, I don't think growth is possible without at least some discomfort.
Growing pains is a term for a reason and a kick-ass sitcom. Now, what?
Growing pains. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. All right.
Once Kirk Cameron found Jesus, it all just fell apart. You know what I mean? No shit to Jesus. It wasn't his fault. I'm sure he was pulling for a good comedy, but I was in the gym the other day. I'm the one who deserves congratulations here.
Okay. All right.
I was in the gym the other day talking to a guy that I've known forever, okay? And we're talking about getting older. I have this weird preoccupation with getting older now. It's happened recently. Do you have any of that?
I'm going through it right now, as a matter of fact.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, you look great, by the way.
Thank you.
You look great.
Thank you.
And this guy said to me, he said, yeah, you know, as we get older, it's harder. You know, I've been putting on a little weight and it's just been a little bit tougher, but I've been really trying to stick it out. I've been doing my best to hang in there. And I said to him, oh, okay, yeah, for sure. How old are you? And he said to me, 31.
Ooh.
You know what I said to him?
Fuck you.
Nothing. I didn't say shit to this guy. I did not tell him that I am 41. And for anybody who knows me knows that deserves a congratulations.
Wow! Congratulations!
I know that we're doing a gag here. And really, this guy, I thought he was my age at the very least. Mm-hmm. I'm dead ass serious. Every voice in my head, and there's a shitload of them, was screaming, tell him. Tell him, Ryan. Tell him. Blow his fucking... Because, dude, I'm so guilty of telling people, and this is pathetic, but it is also true. Oh, you know, I got a 16-year-old son, and I just do that. So they're like, oh, are you serious? You know, I get all this ass kissing from it. It's disgusting. I've turned into my own father.
Sure.
I didn't do it, and I deserve that congratulations. Yeah. It's something that in a fucked up way, I'm genuinely proud of.
Did you, and congratulations on that.
Wow, congratulations!
You said it. I had to do it.
Did you inform him that 31 is still very young? Sincerely, like
No.
just let him know,
No.
dude.
I was like, dude, you are getting a little fat, bro. Like you gotta let's.
Well, tough love. What are you gonna do?
Let's. I like held it like a sandwich and I bit it. You know?
Okay, right on the belly.
They escorted me out of the gym.
Yeah.
Sucked on the belly button.
Next time, go raspberries there.
Have you ever blown a raspberry into somebody's belly button?
Maybe like RJ when he was a baby. Sure.
Yeah, I love a good
I'll
raspberry.
blow raspberries on a baby's belly, you know? It makes them giggle.
And in the same vein, and I guess this is to some degree a shameful admission. Do you know who Denise Richards is?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah, she's great.
And what do you know her from?
There's actually a show called Blue Mountain State that she did, which was one of my favorite comedies of all time.
How long ago was that?
Probably like, I'm so bad with this, but maybe 6 years, 8
Oh, okay.
years, something like that.
So then okay, great. Now, wasn't she one of the two in, what's that movie with Wild Things? With the pool scene of them with Matt Dillon getting all crazy.
I think so, but I'm not sure. I never saw the movie.
Sex symbol of my time.
And and I'm sorry to do this because, you know, she still looks great. She still looks fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. I didn't want that to be demeaning in any way.
No,
she looks amazing.
Okay.
Throughout her entire life, she has looked amazing.
Well, then I'm really going to do this as a shameful admission then. Hold on.
Oh, boy.
There it is. And
should I look her up like now?
yeah, please do.
Okay.
And this shameful admission is not about Denise Richards. It is not about anybody else other than me. I'm the one who needs to change. I was at the mechanic. They had on the Kelly Ripa show, Miss You Reach, and I turn around and she is on the Kelly Ripa show.
Okay.
And I was astonished at the way that she looked. I was blown away. I didn't know it was the same person. I had to get in my car and Google her. I'm waiting while Tyler's looking. No rush.
Yeah.
And here is my deal.
Yeah.
I have got to stop judging people for aging. It's like judging somebody for breastfeeding. It's the most natural thing in the world. We should all be so lucky to get old enough to fucking age. James Dean looked great. Because he died at 27.
Yeah.
We don't want that. We want to age.
I should do that. Die at 27.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I will definitely go to that party. But it sounds like I'm doing this for a gag. I need to check in with myself and figure out why am I so stuck on this thing that people can't help. And I'm just...
Because it's societal, man.
I've been Miami-ified,
society,
man.
No, that's not Miami. That is society in general. Society tells us that people are not allowed to age, specifically women.
Specifically women, and it's unfair, but I think that men are now being lumped into that. I think
course.
there are more cosmetic, what's the word I'm looking for? My brain is not moving at the proper speed today. Men have more pressure on them cosmetically than they ever have before.
Without a doubt.
And it's a heavy load to bear.
Yeah.
As a beautiful person, it's been very tough.
Also, Starship Troopers. She was amazing in Starship Troopers.
And beautiful. Let's do the depression index. I mean everything that I just said. I was not doing that for a gag. I need to put effort into stop judging people for aging. I am aging.
You're still beautiful, Denise. We're on first name basis.
And a nephew.
No one cares, you don't know what to do.
What the depression index is a machine that I built that is aging very poorly, but I love it because of its principles. Basically what it is, it's just a way for Tyler and I to talk about our mental health this week and mental health in general. And Tyler, how you doing this week, my boy?
I'm doing okay, Ryan. I'm going through a bit of I've never had a midlife crisis before, but I'm going through what feels like a midlife crisis.
I've been in a midlife crisis for 30 years,
Yeah,
Tyler.
yeah.
What are the hallmarks of a midlife crisis? I've been wondering that myself, and I'm just a kook. I can't tell what's what.
Yeah,
you know?
no, you're just weird. Okay. I don't know about you.
Visceral.
A midlife crisis, it's basically you reach a certain age and you just realize you're not as young as you were anymore. And then you start to question your life as in like, what am I doing with my life? What is my legacy? What am I moving towards?
See, and that, I was doing that in my 20s.
Yeah.
Like, I I remember very young, like, what is my fucking point here? What am I doing?
Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm just now, it's, we were talking about a different career path before the show, just in passing. And it's so interesting that you hit me with that right there. And it's something that definitely clicked in my mind, because the last few days, I'm just sitting around thinking, like, how long is this wonderful career that I know so well going to be viable? How long am I going to be able to live the way that I live? I love the way that I live.
We've got it pretty good, man.
Very good.
Yeah,
And we have for
lucky.
a very long
Sure.
time.
In the career that Tyler and I don't talk about, we're very lucky. And just like with everywhere else in America, dare I say in the world, things are being shaken up.
Yeah.
And commodities aren't the same that they used to be. Prices definitely aren't the same as they used to be.
Yeah.
And we're all just running and hiding,
Yeah, definitely. And that's it. It's just me wondering, what am I doing with my life? I've kind of lived, somewhat the same life for a long time now. And it's what am I striving for?
Am I happy?
Yeah, exactly. So I do know that more than anything else, I want to keep pursuing comedy. Like, I want to keep pursuing stand-up. But that's one of those things where you don't know if that will ever turn into anything.
It's your passion. That's what it turns
Definitely.
into. It's like pursuing the NFL. If you love it, like, do it. The chances are not great, just based off of percentages, not talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I've been experiencing fear with, like, how am I going to support myself? All these different things.
I've had that for a long time.
Yeah.
Welcome to the club.
Yeah, sure. So it's something that I'm just trying to get through, and just understand that, and this is always the case, whatever is going to happen is going to happen, and being scared of the situation isn't going to help me in any way. All I can do is continue to push forward, take care of myself to the best of my ability. So I'm just thinking to myself of what it is that of where I'm going and what I'm going to do. So we'll see what happens. But as I was saying, the fact is that whatever is going to happen, and being afraid is not going to change anything.
Sure.
All it is going to do is take time off of my life, healthy time off of my life. So with that said, know that I am facing fear just like so many of you out there, and life is scary and the unknown is scary, but all we can do is, not all we can do, but what my belief is what we should do is try to do our best, and whatever will come, will come.
Agreed.
I wish I had more of a defining answer for everybody out there, but I am not Miss Cleo, and I do not know the future. So what are you going to do?
I am looking for my free reading. I will say, just you saying it out loud, I think a lot of people are going through a lot of those same things, and just to hear that there are other people out there feeling the same things, I think can be beneficial in and of itself.
Yeah, and there's a lot of unknowns out there. You and I have more of a sure thing, even though it's not a sure thing, than a lot of people out there, and we're experiencing it. So I can't even imagine what the people out there who are going through some truly shaky times right now, truly hard times, what you're going through and what you're feeling. So know that I love you, and I'm trying my best to love myself. So this week, I am going to go ahead and say that I am at a 6, Ryan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Great job, my buddy. Yes, it is. Life be crazy, y'all. Yeah. All right, this week, something that you and I have talked about, gay it up, off the show already, and something that I have found really great results with is, as I am at the gym, as I've described many times in my life, I play with these ideas. I use that as my danger room, which makes Tyler laugh every time that I say it. Mm-hmm. Something that I've been playing with over these last 2 weeks is the one sentence that I use in my mind: I am willing to feel this. What do you think about that, just right off the rip?
Yeah, just allowing yourself to experience whatever it is you're going through, because so very often we want to tighten up, and we want to fight back, and we want to suppress it or repress it, so we don't feel the extent and the extremes of those feelings.
I live in that spot, and for years and years, and perhaps my midlife crisis that's been going on since I was 18 years old, I have lived in a spot of just pure calcified defense mechanism. And the idea of just saying, I'm willing to feel this, it doesn't fix all my problems, but I can genuinely feel parts of my body melt when I think that. Mm-hmm. And so I don't have a bunch for you today, other than try these things. Find something that works for you. Maybe this won't work for you, but find these little things in your life and play with them. Don't just stay where you are. Don't just accept defeat. Every single day, it's really hard for me. And every single day, I wake up and try again. And I hope that everybody out there is doing the same.
Brought to you by your local gas bags.
That's true. That's true. and I don't know why anybody would take advice from us. We're deeply affected and depressed. Tyler's going to quit his job and go into God knows what this week. You said you were at a 6?
Yeah.
I'm at a 5 this week, baby. 1, 2, 3, 4.
First of all,
5. And
it's not a competition. Second of all, I hate losing.
That is true. But I did win on this one. And do you think coming back from Vegas is, you haven't mentioned Vegas yet? You think
Vegas was awesome.
You had a great time?
I had a great time.
Tyler played with the bean?
I went to, that's in Chicago.
What's the
Sphere is what you're talking about.
And what is a bean?
Definitely not a sphere. Have you ever seen a bean before?
You and I are not eating the same beans, Tyler.
Yeah. I went to Vegas and it was amazing. Went to the Sphere, saw something called Postcard from Earth, which I highly recommend to everybody. And we saw a couple shows, drank a good amount. I gambled one time. I lost $20 in under 2 minutes.
In one shot, you put $20 down?
I put it in a slot machine, and then you hit the button.
Sure.
You hit the
you
button.
You don't even get to crank it anymore?
Yeah. You have the crank. It's still got a really nice consistency
Love
to the
that.
crank. You heard me, to the crank. And you know, I lost. I won something. It brought me back up to 15. 2 more pushes later, all my money's gone. I sat there for 2 minutes and I'm like, do you understand how much crack that could have bought me right there?
Sure.
That could have kept me going for way more than 2 minutes.
Crack, price point has always stayed the same.
Yeah.
It's nice and cheap, baby.
Yep.
And we're not suggesting that you do crack, but we're not.
Yep.
All right, let's take a break. Let's check out the prices on crack, and we'll come right back.
Mm-hmm.
I know everyone says this, but I am genuinely excited to tell you about our newest sponsor, Keen. What is Keen, you ask? I cannot wait to tell you. Keen is the leading provider of online psychic readings. With more than 35 million successful sessions under their belt, Keen is one of the most trusted providers in the space. I'm talking about tarot readings. I'm talking about love life readings. I'm talking about astrology readings. And yes, I'm talking about chakra cleansings and many more areas of expertise. Go to trykeen.com/thoseguys and get your first 5 minutes of any reading for only $1. What? The world is made up of things we don't understand, of things we can't see or touch, so expand your horizons while supporting those guys you hate.
Those guys.
We just understand advertising so much better that you can't prove it. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
Yeah. You're all done. Is that what that hand waving like that
I'm
means?
all done. I figured we'd do a silent communication sort of thing, and you fucked it up.
I like this when we do silent connection. I think this is good.
You hate.
I think this is good that we can kind of communicate with one another without the audience knowing.
Ending each other's
Sandwiches?
correct.
So you're all done.
All done.
Silently now I know that.
Those guys you hate.
And we're back, baby. Over the break, Tyler gave me a hickey.
But you can't see it.
Pretty sweet though.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that's I think that was pretty good.
It looks like Mount Rushmore for some reason.
Why? I see Jesus. Why? I'm remembering somewhere on the tip of my medulla oblongata. Can't a hickey give you some sort of like a blood clot or something like that? Can't a hickey be deadly?
It's very possible, but what isn't deadly?
Great question, Tyler.
Yeah.
That is a great PSA for your ASS.
Ooh.
Do you happen to have any more of those for us, Tyler?
I actually have a very it's a niche one, but at the same time it's very important.
Okay, I have the sounder all queued up, so you just give me the point when you're ready to go.
Well, this is a very important lesson for all of us, and it is attached, and it's something I find very interesting, but it's also attached to a very sad story, Ryan. It's truly sad. Truly.
But you're doing a voice here where I really don't know.
Because it's a PSA for your ASS.
That is not how we talk when we're sad about stuff. But okay. All right, Tyler.
Now, Ryan, have you ever heard of Zanzibar before?
I definitely have heard the word. Is that kind of like an Eden? Is it like a place where everything is perfect?
Yeah, it's on an island right off the coast of Tanzania on the east coast of Africa.
Oh, so it's a real place.
It's a real place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's a real place. I thought you meant like was the island a lush garden to escape to? Maybe.
No, I thought Zanzibar, for some reason in my mind, it was like a perfect, like an Eden or anyway, but go on. Zanzibar.
So Zanzibar, apparently a very busy tourist destination.
Okay.
People really love going out there. And one, well, actually, before I tell you, please tell people, as a little side PSA for your ASS, tell people what kuru is and how you can get it.
Kuru is, if you're ever going to eat a human body, as a show,
With the way things are going, it's possible.
we support you. You know what I mean? Don't eat the brain, because there are special prions in the brain, special proteins that affect you in a way that gives you a disease called kuru.
Kuru.
Yes.
And you will laugh until you die with the little muscle spasms.
Muscle spasms, they call it the dancing disease or whatever. It makes you kind of shimmy, kind of smile like the Joker.
Yeah.
It's very scary.
And no cure, correct?
No cure.
No cure.
Yep.
So we have another one. Okay, so now I'm not allowed to eat delectable human brain, which is utterly ridiculous, but fine, there are other things out there for me to enjoy. Now, I'm not allowed to eat sea turtle, Ryan. Sea turtles who look fucking delicious.
They come in their own little cereal bowl.
That's what I'm saying. It's a little soup bowl
This
right
is
there for you.
ridiculous. It's like a mousetrap. You've made it look so good. You know what I mean?
I know. Thanks a lot, evolution. Or God, whatever side you're on. So in Zanzibar, where eating turtle meat is a delicacy.
Well, there's turtle soup, right? I mean, that's not so crazy.
There is, but it's the way the meat is prepared. 78 people have been hospitalized, and nine people have died following the ingesting of turtle meat.
Now, are these natives? Or are they
No, they
tourists?
They are tourists.
Wow.
They are tourists, and that's the thing. Is turtle meat is a delicacy over there, even though people dying from eating it is a common occurrence.
Well, it's like that blowfish, where if you eat
the pufferfish.
Yeah, the pufferfish.
Yep.
Like some people are wacky with it.
I guess so, but deaths even from the pufferfish are few and far between. People die on a regular basis eating this shit.
I got to tell you, shit's got to be good, right? That's got to be...
Seemingly.
It's got to be delicious.
Or lack of options. I mean, who knows?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That's
So,
a little bit sadder.
Unfortunately, 1 adult and 8 children died from eating this turtle meat, and apparently it is something called clenitoxism. It is a type of food poisoning, and it's a neurotoxin. What's interesting about it is we don't even understand how it affects the body. We know that it'll kill you. We know that it'll make you severely sick if you survive. We don't know what it does, and thus there is no cure for it.
Yeah, stop eating turtles.
Well, yes, that is.
Stop eating turtles.
Yeah, get it right at the root.
That's probably the way to go.
So,
I'm assuming you've never eaten turtle before?
no, never.
No.
And especially I will not anymore, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So, PSA for your ASS. No sea turtle meat.
We're in a place with lots of sea turtles. If you go to certain beaches around here, there are no lights because sea turtles will hatch eggs.
Yeah.
And they walk towards the light, which is super cool. Not them walking towards the light, the sea turtles being here.
Yeah.
I was not planning on eating sea turtles anyway. You have definitely crossed it off the list.
Do not. All right, sea turtle, human brain. Which one are you eating first? For me, I'd rather dance before I die.
Are they both fresh?
Yeah, sure. I'm not
Okay.
going to give you rotten anything.
I know we're doing a thing,
Yeah.
but
No, you have to pick one.
a human brain would be really tough to eat.
It doesn't look appetizing.
I'm a consistency guy, and I'm not sure about the grayness and just all of the mushiness.
Yeah. And I think it's like slippy slidey as well.
It is
Yeah.
slippy. Not unlike uncooked chicken.
Yeah.
I'm going sea turtles.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
with a
right.
spoon, just digging it on out,
All
baby.
right. I'll dance over your corpse before I drop dead
PSA
myself.
for your ASS. Tyler has made it so.
Yeah.
What's the difference between PSA for your ASS and hear ye?
Well, PSA, hear ye, we're telling you what to do to make your life better.
This is a recommendation.
This is a recommendation.
Okay.
If you want to eat sea turtle, go for it, but know that your life is on the line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Tyler's out here doing God's work.
And if we're being honest, hear ye is basically a rule to make our lives better. But whatever.
Tyler, shut up. We'll scrub that from the podcast. Let me ask you a question. This is just a little potpourri to sprinkle in before we move on. before I fix fentanyl coming up soon. Here.
Okay. Oh, good.
How can you tell? I suffer from a little bit of manipulative behavior, Tyler. It's something that's just been baked into the bread of my life.
What's something you learn as a child?
Yeah, and damn was I good at it. Yeah. And I'm not even doing a goof here. I mean it. I was really good at it. Sure. Ever since I've stopped trying to manipulate people, my life has become a lot harder. I'm serious. When you try to get away from that life, the only person who suffers is you. You know what I mean?
That's not. Well, it's okay.
No, it's true. Everybody around you their life is getting easier because you stop fucking with them. My life now, all of a sudden, I'm doing all my own work and shit. Such dick.
Yeah.
So let me ask you
There's
this.
so much to unpack there. Go ahead, please continue.
I'm asking that you don't.
Please continue.
I'm asking that you don't.
That just blew my mind.
Stop
everything
eating
that
my
just
brain.
happened.
And it's true. What I'm saying is true.
Pass that sea turtle.
So how can you tell when you like someone versus when you like the way that someone makes you feel? I have trouble in disentangling those things. What is there a difference? Maybe there is no difference. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out these human emotions.
Well, I think a good test for it is when the time eventually comes when you guys get into an argument, you go through some kind of strife, a hard time, and then you know how you feel about them because they're very clearly not making you feel good in that moment. And when I got, I've been in an argument with Podcast Granny, my best friend.
Me too. Holy shit, bro.
I got into an argument with her, and it felt bad. It did not feel good. But in no time did I ever think like, oh, I can't stand her, or I don't want to be around her, or anything like that. I love her, and so I know that no matter what, hardship or good times, I feel the way that I feel about her consistently.
Okay. Well, in what the manipulative person would say if they were being honest. Let's not make this me anymore. It's
A random person.
It's hitting too close to home.
Sure.
So here's what I would say. Yes, you may be mad at them in this time, but somewhere down the line, you're still going to want whatever it is that you want from them. So how do you know that you're not just securing future feel good? And just no joking around. I don't genuinely feel this way. I am just at this age, I'm very interested in unpacking these feelings and figuring out what is the best way for me to be good to people. I think about it a lot with you. I want to be the best brother, the best teammate that I can be with you. And very often I have to look at my motives and be like, am I being a dick here? You know? And I'm doing this with other relationships. I want to make sure that I'm not manipulating people. And sometimes that's a blind spot for me.
You don't want to get rid of how can I be a better person? How can I be better to the people around me? That's a beautiful thought. But it doesn't have to be absolute because sometimes we're going to miss the mark. There's no way to be a good person all the time. We're going to make mistakes, but making sure that you're able to apologize, acknowledge your mistakes, take responsibility for those things is the other half of that equation. Because no matter how good your intentions are, sometimes we're going to fuck up, period.
For sure. But I want to make sure that the relationships in my life are good for everybody involved and that they're being done for the right reasons. You know what I mean? And I guess at this point, it's not that I struggle with my emotions, which I guess I do like everybody else. I just kind of struggle with, and we've talked about this a million times in a million different ways. Are my reasons for doing this appropriate? You know what I mean?
But there is no, I don't know about appropriate. There is, am I doing these things for an inappropriate reason, but everything else is appropriate. You don't need a rhyme or reason to do things other than the fact that you just want to do them.
Okay.
You don't need to excuse your behavior if you're not doing anything immoral. If you're doing something good, who cares what the feeling is that comes up for you?
For whatever the reason, that's just something that I've struggled with my whole life. Like now I'm very interested in doing things for other people because I know that it's the right thing to do. And that makes me feel good.
And that's it.
I know.
That's where the thought should end.
But then
you don't need anything else.
There's another voice in there that's like, you selfish fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I know.
It's not selfish.
I swear to you, I've been thinking about that since I was a child.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why.
Yeah, that's your challenge right there.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler, enough fixing me because it ain't going to work. Let's fix fentanyl, Tyler.
I have been so excited to get to this because I have been wanting to try fentanyl for so long.
This is good.
I need you to give me a reason to do it and survive.
This is perfect. Ooh.
Oh.
All right. Well, let's see what we got here.
Fentanyl.
Here is the
Only
problem.
once.
Here is the problem with fentanyl, okay?
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you at the end. Cocaine. Heard of it?
Yes.
Okay. Not everybody calls it cocaine. What are the nicknames for cocaine? What's a nickname for cocaine?
White, snow, Those are the only two I can think of off the top
Blow.
of my head. Blow. Oh yeah, blow.
Coke.
Yeah.
Yayo. Nose clams.
Man, you have these all written, all these off the top of your head.
Isn't
That's
that
amazing.
crazy?
That's amazing.
Forget the idea that I keep looking at my computer.
Nose clams is funny.
It's from Sunny in Philadelphia. Methamphetamine. What are nicknames for methamphetamine?
That one I'm not sure.
Crank,
Okay.
crystal, meth, ice, Tina.
Is Tino right?
Apparently so.
Really?
I've looked some of these up.
Let me get that Tina. It sounds like you're ordering a hooker.
I need Tina stat. Marijuana. Have you heard of that?
Sure.
Nicknames.
Mary Jane, weed, pot, ganja,
Chronic,
yeah.
reefer. What's the nickname for fentanyl? Why are we calling it by its, government name?
And now everything is falling into place.
What's the nickname why are we calling it fentanyl?
It's the White Death, I would imagine.
It's called Apache. Have you ever heard that?
No.
Me neither.
Apache's kind of cool,
Sure, but it's a
Doesn't
little
make any
offensive
sense.
to the Apache people. I don't know.
but a compliment to the helicopters.
An agent of death. I didn't thought about that. Cash. Chinatown.
What?
China White.
Chinatown's definitely taken.
Dance Fever.
That does. I've seen people on fentanyl. They ain't dancing.
And the last one I have here is Murder 8. We need
that's
better
closer.
marketing for fentanyl. We can't just keep calling it fentanyl. It's not. That's not going to work. Fentanyl. We need cooler nicknames.
Too many syllables anyway.
It's
I'm
just
lazy.
not. It's just not working.
Yeah.
If we could get that in there, we can review cooler nicknames for fentanyl. Maybe we could fix some of these problems.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't have any recommendations by any chance, do you?
I do kind of like Dance Fever, but it's just too long. I don't know. People will reach out to us and they'll send in their ideas. But fentanyl, we need better nicknames.
Yeah, and I just don't like the idea of going to my dealer and saying I want Dance Fever.
I've got Dance Fever.
Yeah.
And only you can solve it.
How much for the Dance Fever?
How much for the Dance Fever?
It just seems so much.
Meet me in Chinatown
Seems too much, yeah.
and meet us on the other side of this break.